Welcome to CCS TV News, where we bring you highlights and happenings from Coweta County Schools. For the week of October 14th, I'm Dawn Revere of the Central Educational Center.
And I'm Takima Leapart of East Coweta High School. We'll take a look at events coming up in the Coweta County school system, but first, let's catch you up on the latest updates.
At their October meeting, the Coweta County Board of Education recognized school staff members at Northside Elementary School for their swift, life-saving response to a student who was suffering a medical emergency. School Health Coordinator Shannon Hendricks Kaplinger recognized school nurse Ashley Washington, teacher Emily Brockway, Northside Principal Amy Addison, and other staff for their high level of training and quick response to the student back in September.
At Northside on September 19th, 2024, at 7:44 a.m. during arrival, a student at Northside Elementary School suffered a medical emergency resulting in a code blue being called. The code blue team responded, and as the student's respiration slowed, the school nurse, Ashley Washington, RN, administered rescue breaths for 3 minutes. The student's breathing stopped, resulting in the student suffering a sudden cardiac arrest. The school's AED was applied and CPR was administered for 5 minutes by nurse Ashley Washington, with classroom teacher Emily Brockway assisting with rescue breathing. At 7:57, the student, after 5 minutes of CPR by the nurse and the teacher, regained their pulse, and at 7:58 began to breathe on their own. The Children's Healthcare of Atlanta treating neurologist stated that nurse Ashley Washington and teacher Emily Brockway, had they not initiated CPR when they did, we would all be having a very different conversation today.
It is in moments like these that the true value of training and preparedness shines through. I'm very proud of them and the teamwork that they exemplified. Their actions were quick and life-saving for our student, and again, what Nurse Shannon said, without this training, the outcomes would have been extremely different.
Following that recognition, Superintendent Evan Horton discussed with the school board many of the steps taken by the school system to increase the level of safety and security preparedness in Coweta schools.
Last item I have for you tonight, board members, is a safety update. I won't go through everything on this document, but I did just want to publicly reiterate to you some of the things that we have in place from a safety standpoint. We have great relationships with our sheriff, our chief of police here in Newnan, Chief Blankenship, our department leadership, and our school resource officers are just, quite frankly, they're incredible. I can get the sheriff or the chief 24/7. They can get me on the phone, and those relationships pay off directly for us. You've heard a lot tonight about some of the drills that we conduct, especially from a medical standpoint. I will tell you, we do drills based on a variety of scenarios. We also ask our administrators to have a safety item on their agendas back at school so that we can make sure that our staff members are trained up for whatever may come. And I think you've seen earlier tonight that training, sometimes we take for granted or may question why we're doing that training. And then when it's put in place and it makes a difference, it really pays off for us. We put school resource officers in every school in the county. Right after Parkland happened in Florida. Now we have 2 SROs at each high school and looking to hopefully add a 3rd to each high school in the coming months. But rest assured that we have a lot in place in the name of safety. And as you can see, as evidenced here this evening, we have often been ahead of the curve, and we want to continue to do that.
In other business, the school board also heard a report from School Systems Director of Instructional Services, Dr. Chase Puckett, on the 2024 SAT performance in Coweta High Schools. Coweta High School students' average SAT performance increased to 67 points above the national SAT average and 32 points above state average in 2024. It was the 10th year that Coweta students outscored state and national averages, and the 7th year in a row that Georgia students outscored the national average.
See our scores for our 3 high schools, and you'll see a reading and writing combined score. You'll see a math score, and you'll see a total score for each school. And you'll see East Coweta High School at 1058, Northgate High School at 1090, and Newnan High School at 1039. We are doing very well compared to the Georgia score. Overall was a 1030, and our national score is a 995. We are excited that Coweta County's average total score was a 1062, and this is a testament through K-12 instruction and the focus on mathematics and literacy across the district. So we're excited to share with you that our graduation rate, this does measure all students who graduate in 4 years or in 5 years. And you'll see a couple different data points up here. The first column is the overall graduation rate. That is the one we trumpet and we announce and share. But the overall graduation rate actually combines both a 4-year graduation rate and a 5th-year graduation rate. Because for the College and Career Ready Performance Index, we know that some students take a 5th year and we still get credit to graduate. While you'll see that we're hovering in the 90.4 for East Coweta, 94% for Northgate, and 92.7% for Newnan High School, you'll see each of those schools have increased either their 4-year graduation rate or their 5-year graduation rate.
Now for a look ahead at upcoming school system events with Northgate High School student Drake Strickland.
For high school football, the East Coweta Indians play Carrollton at Shoemake Stadium October 18th and then play away at Westlake on October 25th. The Northgate Vikings play Langston Hughes at home in Valhalla October 18th, then go on the road against Lovejoy on October 25th. And the Newnan Cougars will celebrate homecoming against Lovejoy in Drake Stadium October 18th. They will then travel to Banneker on October 25th. On Thursday, October 24th at the Nixon Center, the Gentlemen's Quartet will perform a modern take on some of the most famous classical and popular music the world has ever known, from Beethoven to John Legend. For more information about the center's upcoming events and ticket information, go to www.thenixoncenter.net.
Thanks, Drake. The Coweta School Board also recognized Lee Middle School student Sua Park, who was the national 6th grade winner of the Georgia Peanut Festival's postcard contest. The contest honors Georgia native and former President Jimmy Carter on his 100th birthday.
And out of 4,417 hand-drawn entries from across the nation, she won for 6th grade. First place for 6th grade across the nation. So that was a big recognition. She said that in the note from the Jimmy Carter National Historical Park, it said that it was her creativity, attention to detail, and interpretation of the theme that won her first place in 6th grade. And her postcard will be hanging at the Jimmy Carter National Historical Park forever and will be forever a part of history, which is really something huge for her.
On October 10th, the University of West Georgia hosted an open house to showcase the university's Newnan campus and dual enrollment opportunities for Coweta High School students.
We run buses here 4 blocks a day so that students, if you don't have transportation, it's not a problem for you. On the financial side, I'm a parent of a high school junior. We're looking at colleges. My favorite word is now free. It's my favorite word. So finances aren't a barrier either. You can get up to 30 hours of dual enrollment in your high school career. And you can come right here and take every class that you need so that when you leave high school, you can already be a sophomore in college, and those 30 hours are free to you.
In the fall semester, over 230 Coweta High School students are taking advantage of dual enrollment at the UWG Newnan campus through the Go West Early program, as well as regular college classes offered at the campus.
And school bus drivers and school bus safety are being emphasized in Coweta County in the month of October. We caught up with Coweta Transportation Director Faith Simmons to talk about school bus driver appreciation.
The bus drivers are amazing people. They get up extremely early in the morning and they pick these babies up and get them to school safely. And their role is instrumental in the educational process for the school system, because if the students don't get to school, they can't learn.
Without the drivers, we would not have a job. because like Dr. Simmons said, they get up so early in the morning, pre-trip their buses to make sure they're safe, and then they go out on the road and they pick up their babies, and everybody, just about all of them, refer to the children as their babies. They know their names. They can drive their route in their sleep. They're such an integral part of the Coweta County school system.
That brings us to an end for today's show. Thanks for joining us. CCS TV will return to bring you more stories from the Coweta County school system throughout the year.
And now we'll go to Superintendent Evan Horton for parting thoughts.
I want to take a moment to recognize good work on the part of many people this month. Good job to Lee Middle School student Sewell Park for national recognition in honoring President Jimmy Carter on his 100th birthday, on the part of her teacher for encouraging her to strive for that honor. And job well done to our bus drivers and transportation personnel for what they do each and every day. It's noticed and appreciated, and I encourage everyone to take a moment to thank them this month. And I want to recognize a great job on the part of our whole school system and our graduating seniors for their outstanding performance on the SATs and on last year's graduation rate. When we see high graduation numbers, it's worth reflecting on the fact that Coweta has higher graduation standards than what's required in the state of Georgia, and our students meet and exceed those standards regularly. Great job, everyone. And of course, to the faculty and staff, nurse, administrators, and teachers of Northside Elementary School. Job well done. We recognize their diligent care given to a student in medical distress last month, and they did an incredible job in that situation and deserve our commendation. But it's also worth reflecting on the fact that our school faculty and staff, our school board and school leaders put tremendous preparation into keeping our students and staff safe and guard against so many contingencies that may arise in a school setting. You don't always see it, but we put a lot of thought and care and preparation into protecting our students and our teachers. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.